What is up, everybody? I am Steve SVU, and welcome to week 1 of the MMC Pokémon Draft League. My opponent for the debut week is a crazy matchup against my good friend and long-term rival of the MMC, the two-time champion Elking and his San Fran superiors. Elking really outdid himself this season, being the only team with a Mon that competes with my speed in Deoxys Speed Form and Tornadus Therian. We're able to outspeed some of my slower Mons and throw off super hard hits. And not only that, but Ogerpon Hearthflame is able to threaten with a super strong setup set, but not only does he have some cracked offensive potential, his defense are even better with Ting-Lu and Tentacruel. We're able to potentially stack hazards on me while getting rid of my own hazards or phase me out. ARCHALUDON is yet another really bulky Mon with a crazy offensive pressure, being able to set up with Electroshot Power Herb or live multiple hits with an Assault Vest, including its stamina ability. And of course, I can't ignore the crazy potential of his Terra Captains and Pheasantipity, being able to Terra Fairy, Water, or Steel, all very good options for a bulky Mon, or Terra Electros, who can Terra Electric, Fairy, and Steel, who can either threaten me with a bulky Assault Vest variant, or sweep me with a Coil set. His low tiers are nothing to scoff at either, Komala being able to both offer spin and throw off massive hits, and Flamigo, well, he's kinda just there for moral support, but he can still do some massive damage with Scrappy CC. But to start us off, of course I need my own speed to outspeed his, so Scarf Dragapult is an obvious bring. Scarf Pult is not only very strong here, able to throw off massively strong Dragon Darts or U-turns. I can also threaten Ting-Lu or Physical Electros with Will-O-Wisp, and after I spread some status, Hex can hit some of his more physically bulky threats quite hard, especially if they're boosting their defenses like Eel can. With Scarf Pult running around, I'm definitely going to need some switch-ins to his strong attacks, so especially defensive Empoleon really helps. Empoleon is a really solid Mon into most things on his team, with Rocky Helmet being able to punish rapid spin attempts from Tenta and Komala, and with competitive, I punish him going for stat dropping moves. Roost allows me to stay healthy while I pivot in and out of battle with Flip Turn, which can let me get rocks up consistently if he tries to get rid of them. And Surf is generally a high damage move that hits most things on his team fairly well, and oh my god is it nice to finally have a 100% accurate water move for once. Plus, to follow up with even more bulky support, Mandibuzz joins the squad too. With Roost and Toxic, I can afford to get into a stall war with things like Ting-Lu and Tornadus, and I am bulky enough to live 2 hits from most forms of Electros and Life Orb Deoxys Speed. Defog lets me get rid of his hazards if he's a dual setup set with Spike and Rock's Ting-Lu, and Knockoff helps me get rid of his items, and it can hit surprisingly hard thanks to Stab. But enough of this boring bulky crap, time to whip out the violence with some Choice Band Sneasler. Thanks to his Choice Band, Sneasler can 2-hit KO, if not OHKO, his entire team, including resists like Dio and Torn, and Poison Touch can ruin his bulky threats like Ting-Lu. CC and Dire Claw are just generally very strong moves to smack him with, and U-Turn allows me to pivot easily while still threatening KOs. And finally, Switcheroo can absolutely neuter bulky Pokemon like Fez or Eel if they are a setup variant, alongside making predictions with his bulky Mons 10 times easier. Though just because you see Banded Sneasler, don't you think for a second I'm not bringing Terra Fairy and Edie. Instead of it being a supportive variant, I am bringing a physically bulky setup set. Once I get a few Calm Minds up, nothing is able to switch in and eat multiple hits from Expanding Force against me. Not even Arch or Ting-Lu wins a 1v1 thanks to Draining Kiss. And if I do ever get low, and I think I can't win a 1v1, Healing Wish lets me be able to bring up a weak and bulky threat or a low HP sweeper. And thanks to that support, it could potentially help me win the game. Though with all these bulky sweeping behemoths right now, I could use a little bit more support. So Screen's Necrozma can definitely help. With dual screens, it can allow my other Mons to eat hits so much easier, as they threaten KOs or even sweeps. And Psychic can deal with most of the Mons on his team, and for something like Terra Steel, Fez, or Arch, Earth Power always threatens them with some big damage. But that is it for week 1 of season 4 of the MMC Pokémon Draft League. If you're liking the content, please drop a like and subscribe. I'm hoping to hit 200 subscribers by the end of 2024, and I can do it with your help. Massive shoutouts to Kennybot and Legion for the prep help this week. I couldn't have done it without them. And with that all out of the way, let's get right into the battle. Alright everybody, welcome back to the battle. Okay, so we have Elking's team here. No Fez, that's really good. Honestly, I am just going to go for my Dragapult lead that I just always gone with. And okay, so just looking at it, yeah, that's generally what I expected him to bring. Pretty much nothing here is unexpected. I've seen someone bring a Komala against me. Komala was a possibility. Pheasantipity was a possibility. It makes sense that he would bring Tentacruel here,
Alright. Let's get right into this. Alright. Shake out the nerves a bit. Gotta shake them out. Right. Okay. So, Torn makes sense. Huh. Okay. I kind of suspect that this might be Scarf Torn. You could try to, like, Scarf Knock. I kind of like the idea of just hard switching in Empoleon here. If he goes for U-turn, that's fine. If he goes for knockoff, that's fine. I think I'm just going to go Empoleon. Okay. Alright, so let's see what he does. Knockoff, that's fairly expected. I assume he's going to be Scarfed. If he's not, then that's a really good sign for me. I'm going to get my rocks. Alright. I just want to get my rocks up. Nothing here can really do too much damage to me. Not as far as I am aware, at least. He could switch in Ting-Lu. Ting-Lu's a definite possibility. Yeah, there's nothing else I can really, like, fully expect him to do. He might go Dio, but I think he just wants to save Dio, not gonna lie. That's what he should do, at least. U-turn. Okay, so he's not Scarfed. That's good to know. Alright, that's really good information for me. Means that Dragapult's always going to be able to outspeed this. Electros, okay. Ooh, little bit of Scarlet Violet glitch, we love that. There. He's more than likely going for an electric type move if I had to guess. I don't want to risk this thing outspeeding me. I know if he's no speed investment, he doesn't outspeed me, but I don't want to risk that. I kind of just like the idea of going into Necrozma. You could try setting up with, and like Curl. Oh, not Curl, Coil. I just mainly don't want to risk getting like hit by a super hard hit. So I'm going to go into this so I can set up my screens. Alright. Alright, let's go. Necrozma. Alright, Terra Steel? Or are you Terra Electric? You could be Terra Steel. I think that's a good possibility. Terra Electric. Okay, that is honestly pretty good for me. That's really good for Indeedee. Alright. Is it gonna hit me with... Okay, just... Is this Specs? You might be running Specs Electros. Okay. Seems like it. I'm gonna go for Light Screen. I should be able to outspeed this, unless he's like max speed or something. But yeah, okay. I'm gonna set up a screen. Nothing really on his team really likes eating or likes light screen. So there we go. And I'm light clay boosted, so that's good. Volt switch makes sense. Okay. Not much damage. What is he going for now? Okay, so he burned his Terra already. We know what his Terra type is. He has Arch, I think. Yeah, he still has Arch in the back as his Steel type, so that's his main Psychic resist. He could be switching in Arch right now. Okay, Ting-Lu. That's fine. He could be going for Hazards. Okay. Oh? Okay, leftovers. Okay. I was gonna say, what the hell would just proc? I kind of just like the idea of going into this and then just like setting up a little bit. I know my light screen is kind of burnt right now, but this is okay because I can switch this in. If he goes for like Throat Chop or something, good on him, but I max Fizz Def, so it should still be fine. He goes for EQ, that's alright. Okay, just going for rocks. That's what I expect. Now what I do is I Terra and Calm Mind. I am max Fizz Def, or not max, but like very heavily invested into Fizz Def. Then I'm going to set up my Calm Minds. He could switch into Arch, but since I'm Terra Fairy, there's not really much he can do about that. I'm just going to set up, and I'm going to click Draining Kiss. Yeah, that's kind of just the main goal here. Now that I know that he's not Terra Steel on Electros, that does not beat me. Especially since, okay, he switches. That's expected. He's probably switching in Arch. Oh, Torn. I wonder what he's going for here. Okay. So I assume he's AV. If I had to guess. Okay. There we go. Terra Fairy. He's probably gonna try to go for like a knockoff or something. But yeah, he can't really do too much damage to me because he had knockoff and U-turn. So I'm just gonna keep clicking Calm Mind. I'm just gonna set up on this guy. He doesn't really have too many physical attackers. The only thing is really like not Torn. Well, kind of Torn and Ting-Lu. He could be running physical Deoxys. Okay, knocking me off here, getting rid of my leftovers. That's fine because I am Draining Kiss, so I'm going to be getting health back anyways. Alright. So now I'm just going to click Expanding Force. If he switches into anything for that matter, that's kind of just fine. I could be going for Draining Kiss, but I mainly just want to get off a really strong hit because, well, anything he switches in here aside from like Ting-Lu's taking massive damage from Expanding Force. He could be switching into Ting-Lu, but with me being Terra Fairy, I could just be always clicking a Fairy type move here. He doesn't really know what I could be doing. So what I'm going to do is get my terrain boosted Expanding Force. I'm at +2/+2. So this should do massive damage. And he's taking a good amount of time here, so I assume he's kind of scrambling a little bit for something to switch in here. And that's a good sign for me. It means that I can basically not be worried about my Indeedee. Okay, U-turn. If he goes into Ting-Lu, good for him. That's a really good read. If he goes into Deoxys, not really the best. I'm kind of hoping that he goes to Arch. Because Arch... Okay, Tenta! Oh! Hella read. Let's go! Alright, this is awesome. This is so good. There we go. That kills. Alright. Hell yeah. Okay. First kill of the game goes to Indeedee. Oh, yeah. Very good. Okay, he could be trying to go for Ruination, if I had to guess. Now I just go for Draining Kiss. I just go for my Draining Kiss damage. Alright, come on, Asgore! Oh, okay, that's a two-shot, that's a two-shot, that's a two-shot. Okay, if he goes for Ruination... okay. This is fine. This is still okay. Send in Sneasler. Sneasler would be great here. He has no switch-ins to close combat. Oh! Hell yeah! Okay, that's perfect. That's an amazing, amazing switch for me. Now I just click close combat. He has nothing that he can switch in here. Nothing really wants to eat a close combat from this, and I just don't even have to predict. He could be going for... He could be going for, Torn. You know what? I'm gonna go for U-turn. If he stays in, that's great. For him, that's a good read. I'm still hitting him for super effective banded damage, so this very well could still kill. I don't have the calc in front of me right away. Okay, that's fine. Oh, Poison Touch. Okay, that's great. That's what we like to see. Right. And now, I don't want him to hit me with an Earthquake, so I'm just going for my Braviary. Tiffany! Awesome. Very good. And now I just click knock off here, because I believe after Poison Chip, I should be able to... Okay, this should die, especially if he switches in again. So now I am just going to knock off. I have no reason to just not click knock. Okay, what is he switching in here? He could be switching in Electros. Okay, that's fine, that's getting knocked. So that's not Specs, and it's not Life Orb. What is it? Assault Vest. Okay. That is fine. My light screen wears off. He's just going to click Thunderbolt if I had to guess. So I'm going to go into Dragapult. Dragapult is very HP invested. So I would be surprised if he 2-hit KO. And since he's mainly special, I struggle to see him clicking like a knockoff or something along those lines here. I don't even know how much more damage it would really do, to be honest. I could just go this, and then, like, I'm kind of tempted to just, like, go for my D-darts. Okay. Burn out revenge for the PS2. Okay, that's a good hit. That's a good hit on him. That's a really good hit. Honestly, I'm at this point where I just click U-turn. That's a really good prediction on him. Alright, that's fine. Ting-Lu, okay, this dies. Alright, doesn't die to rock, so that means I kill this. Second kill of the game goes to Dragapult. Very good. And now, what I kind of want to do is I kind of just want to go back into Indeedee. Yeah, I kind of want to just go back into Indeedee, mainly because he has nothing for this right now. He has Arch, and that's like it. And I outspeed Arch. I could have gone into what's its face? Necrozma to get up my my stuff first, my screens. But I think this should still be fine. Okay, Deoxys. Okay. I'm kind of curious what this can do to me. This could be Flash Cannon. I don't believe... let's just go for Draining Kiss here. I have no reason to start like setting up on this. If I get damage off on this, that's really good for me. He could be going for Meteor Beam. He could be Specs with Flash Cannon. But this gives me very good insight on what he's planning on doing. If he goes for Meteor Beam, that's good for him, I think. He's probably baiting me into using some kind of move, if I had to guess. But honestly, just going off for the damage here, he has no Fairy-type switch-ins right now. So just going for the Draining Kiss damage is just good here. Gets me my chip back. Okay, this might kill. Okay, this does just kill. Okay, that's fine. I assume this is Specs, if I had to guess. If I had to guess, this is Specs. Okay, this is Life Orb. Okay. So what can I do here? I don't want to go into Sneasler because I already know for a fact that is not a great option here. I can just go Mandibuzz. Go Mandibuzz, go for knockoff. Nothing really wants to eat a knockoff here. Even Arch doesn't really like it too much. You could be trying to predict me going for U-turn. Okay, makes sense. And honestly getting rid of... Okay, I could have gone for Toxic. I just didn't want to Toxic it into a... Sorry. I just didn't want to Toxic into a potential... Yeah. Okay, you guys get what I mean. I'm going for Toxic here because I don't think he's going to hit me again. I think he's going to go for a knockoff. I could be wrong about that. Okay, he is just going for Thunderbolt. I should still be able to live this just fine. Okay, yep, I still do just live. And then I do kind of think that he is just going to be going for either that again, or he's going to be going for Volt Switch. But I am just going to Roost. I'm going to Roost up as he's... I think he's going to Volt Switch. He has no real reason to not Volt Switch. But that's just mainly what I think he's going to do here. He could just go for Thunderbolt again. If he does, that's great for him. But if he switches, that's good. I mean, he has no real reason to switch. He just has to go for, like, Volt Switch if he wants to do that. But he could also be, like, you know, switch out because he expects me to switch. But yeah, okay. So we haven't seen Arch come out yet. Then Electros, Deoxys. Alright, yeah. I assume he's going for Volt Switch. Assume, that is. Okay, that's good. Alright, that's fine. Does not do much damage. Especially because when I roosted, I got rid of my flying type. Okay. So I know he's not Meteor Beam then. That's a good sign on Deoxys. And then my terrain is going to be going away here shortly soon too. So Mandibuzz is still just a good switch into Deoxys. If not, then Empoleon is also a fairly good switch in. I'm weak to Thunderbolt, but at the end of the day, like, I am max... Well, I can't even say I'm max special defense. I am mainly specially defensive on this. I do kind of think he is going to knock me off, or he is going to U-turn. I'm going to Toxic. Okay, he misses a Bleak Wind. Let's go. Finally, I get a little bit of luck. That's good. Alright. There we go. Now this is Toxic. This can't really sit in much anymore. And now I just Roost. Alright. Oh, he misses a second Bleak Wind. Oh, man. I am sorry, bro. That sucks. That really sucks for you. But yeah, that's really unfortunate. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to knock off. He could just go for U-turn. I think that's his best play right now. He can't really get the damage off that he wanted anymore. And he can't really afford for me to just... Okay, he's going to go for knock. Okay, that is okay. That is okay with me. Because now I knock him off. Oh, good damage. Alright. And then I just go for knock off again. I have no reason to just not go for knock again. U-turn. Right. So he had to go for that, mainly just because, you know, he has to get his regenerator off. He doesn't want his Torn going down. Electros, this is taking good chip. Very, very good chip. This might actually even kill. This might even... Awesome! Very, very good, Mandibuzz. Getting your first kill of the season as well. Death by poison. Alright, so then he's probably going into either Torn again, or he could be going Arch. Okay, going Arch. If I had to guess, this is Power Orb Electro Shot. So what I'm doing is I'm going into this guy, planning to sack him And if I live and can outspeed this the next turn, that's excellent. But otherwise, this is just fine. Power Herb Electro. Oh, nope, not even. Okay. Crit, I don't know if that mattered. A max HP, but not really 100% sure. Now for this, I can just go close combat. Nothing switches in on close combat, like at all. So I just go for my CC, get off my huge amount of damage. Ooh. Okay, sturdy. Not stamina. That's interesting. Okay. Earthquake. Alright. That kills. Very, very interesting. Okay, I should have... Knowing this now, I should have U-turned. But now here, I can just go into this, and I can just U-turn into one of my guys. Dragapult is still able to outspeed most things that aren't named, that are not named Deoxys. So this is still fine. I just U-turn. If he switches, that's great. I have my rocks up, so this is still fine. He might be... Oh, he might be Custap. Okay, no, he's not Custap. Okay, that's good. That was a misplay, because if he was Custap, that is not good for me whatsoever. Not at all. So now I go into this. Oh, okay, this kills. This kills now. Straight up, this kills. And now I go into this. My Empoleon. There we go. There. Tornadus goes down. Okay. I am max special defense in Empoleon, so this Thunderbolt never KOs me. Okay. He could be going for Nasty Plot. Whenever he goes into Deoxys, he could be going for that. And if he does go for Nasty Plot, oh, that's rough. Very, very rough. Okay. Deoxys. Okay. This is still... Alright. Do I want to go for Surf or Flip Turn? I think... okay. What I kind of want to do, I want to go for Surf, because Surf is just the most amount of damage that I can do. So, yes, that's what I'm going to do. You could go for... Okay, Superpower. Alright. This is fine. This is A-okay. This is mixed. He's going to take that chip damage. Alright. And I have no reason to just... Okay. What I think I'm going to do here, he could be Thunderbolt, but I'm going to Roost, mainly because if he attacks this, then he gets a little bit of Life Orb chip, but I assume he's going to switch. I don't think he has Thunderbolt. I don't think he does. I think his best option here is to switch. And the main reason I don't think he has Thunderbolt is because I think he had no reason to not go for Thunderbolt on the Empoleon, because now the superpower with the defense lower and the attack lower and everything, he does less damage. Okay, Ice Beam. Okay. Alright, this is still fine. I still live. Right. Now I go for Knockoff. Please. Awesome. No freeze. No freeze. Let's go. I beat Elking. I beat him. I beat Elliot. Oh my god, guys. You have no idea how excited I am for this. Holy cow. Mandibuzz with 3 kills in front of it. Oh my god. GG Elliot. Oh my lord. Okay. This is Boots. Boots Arch. Okay. Okay, okay. I mean, this is still fine. Since this is boots, Dragapult doesn't die to rocks. So now I just go for U-turn, because that's 100% accuracy. And he's at 1 HP. Because we saw the sturdy proc, so U-turn. Oh my god. That was so close. Holy cow. Man, those Bleakwind Storm misses probably like cost him the game. Because that HP off on Mandibuzz was not very good. But at the same time, like, I was just recovering HP, so who knows how it would have ended off in the end as well. Crazy game against Elliot. GG's, man. It was really fun playing against you, but honestly, very good game. Gonna try and see if I can get into a call with Elliot and see if we can get some kind of post-game interview going. All right, see you in a bit. Yeah, so I completely just forgot to do a bit of an intro here. So, yeah, so we got Elking here, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today here for the post-game interview. 8 hours later, or more than that.
Dude, it's like a full day.
It literally has been like,
Yeah.
oh wait,
It's been
bro,
like 2 days, Steve. Dude, time flies when you're having fun.
time flies when you're in the medical field and you lose track of your days. I
Yeah.
literally thought we battled like this morning before hopping into this call, dude.
That's wild.
Man, work will do that to you, I guess.
Mhm.
Okay, but yeah, so of course we've been talking about like what sets were surprising us, and you mentioned that the Indeedee set surprised you. What set were you
Yep.
thinking I was gonna run on it then in that
Dude,
case?
I thought it was gonna be Scarf. I honestly was expecting Specs, Expanding Force,
Yeah.
and just it would, like, I don't know. I'd have to make the call on whether it would Terra and do 60% to Ting-Lu, or, I mean, you'll see the Torn set. That thing was a little demonic. It of course couldn't
Yeah.
hit a move to save its fucking life, but that Torn lives Modest, Specs, Terra's Psychic, Expanding Force.
Damn. That's kind of wild, honestly.
Yep, and that's why I ran it like so. And I just didn't want to miss versus Sneasler, which is why I had Psychic, but
Yeah.
missing it, I guess, is its favorite thing. But yeah, no, that's what scared me the most on Indeedee. Just Specs or Scarf or, I don't know, something of that nature. Damn.
Yeah, I was thinking about running that for a little bit. It's I think the first set that I was running, initially it was just like a standard like terrain setter, like terrain extender, because initially I actually was running Grafaiai on the team for Empoleon. And I ended up like not bringing it because one of my buddies was bringing a max HP, max defense, stamina Arch, and Grafaiai would do it, KO it. So it would just like granted it would chip it down a lot. It would get it down to like 12 HP, but the fact that it wouldn't be able to sweep, and that's kind of like what Grafaiai was supposed to do, was it just didn't really like hit as hard as I needed it to. And I realized that switching into offensive Dio was really difficult, but especially defensive Empoleon could live 2 Thunderbolts. So that was that's why I ran it that way, but you ran mixed, so that ended up not mattering anyways. But that's also kind of why I was running Rocky Helmet initially too, was to punish more mix sets, like Flip Turn or Rapid Spin on Tentacruel. It just made removal like less difficult or more difficult for you. But yeah, honestly, it's funny because no one ever clicked Psycho Boost with Deoxys Speed, so it was just like I just forgot that it was a thing that you could click.
Yeah.
When I was in with Indeedee, I was just like, well, if he's running offensive Dio, I'm Terra Fairy, so he could be running Flash Cannon here. Just completely oblivious to the fact that you have a fucking how much is Psycho Boost? 140 base, a 140 base power stab move, boosted by Life Orb and Psychic Terrain. Yeah, no shot I was living that.
No. I did the calc to max HP. It did 109 to 154.
Jesus Christ. I mean, I was max HP. I could have possibly lived if I was Spadef, but like, dude, that just hits.
Yeah. It's a beast. Oh god, hindsight's 2020. Oh god, what's his name? Mandibuzz gave me so many issues. So many issues. I lost Tentacruel too early. My plan was to just toxic it, like you did to me, over and over again. And hindsight 2020 as well. I forgot in Scarlet and Violet, I should probably just be running Discharge. Just beta para at a certain Thunderbolt. Yeah, it has more base power. Well, Electros has been put down after this game, but
he's been put down in the backyard with a 12 gauge.
Jesus, I mean, like, come on, its whole role is to break Mandibuzz, and it couldn't do it. So I'm like, all right, clearly somebody's got to die. I did initially have a cooler Arch set rather than just like Panic Button Sturdy. It was, I think, similar to... Anyways, the 72 attack was to always OHKO max HP Sneasler after it punched me with a close combat with Earthquake. But I originally had a different set with Chopple's Stamina.
I think that could have worked, too. I think that
it could have. And it would have been the flipped EVs. It would have been, I don't know, 250... I might have it here. I debated between the two of them, but I just didn't want to be crit.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be crit and lose the game, to be honest. I was like, alright, I'd rather have this. I don't want to get swept by Terrain Sneasler.
That's very true, yeah. Like, that was also sort of my hope. You would see no Grafii, you would see Indeedee and Sneasler on the same team, and you just immediately just, like, tunnel vision on, okay, this thing is a Terrain Sneasler. And then all of a sudden, you would try switching in, like Dio or something on like a CC or something, and then all of a sudden, boom, you get hit by like a 55% like close combat, and then no, poison touch. Now you're just like screwed. Yeah, like this thing, like I'm pretty sure in Mox, Sneasler did like 45 to 55 to defensive Torn with CC, and it's just like. All it takes is just, like, you switching in one time, and then, like, getting poisoned, and then all of a sudden your Sneasler answer is no longer really viable.
Yeah, that's fair. That's why I went with Panic Button Archaludon instead. I was like, I mean, you can't kill it in one hit. It's physically impossible.
Yeah.
Even if you're plus 27, like, it's not happening. But... I will say Necrozma, I'm surprised it came. I faced CM, I faced DD, and they all did jack to Tinglu.
Yeah, like, I was initially going to be running a weakness policy set, but then once I realized that my best thing to hit Tinglu on, I was just like, yeah, no, this ain't it for this week. Maybe a future week, Necrozma can do his goddamn thing. But I was just like, what on my team, what aspect could Necrozma bring to this team that would like help me in the long run? Because none of my other like squad members would really like seriously help. Like Rotom could have done something. Like I could have possibly like paralyzed something.
He came to a lot of mocks as well, might I add, as a mid-ground Dio ice resist.
Yeah, that sort of like was the idea that I could do, but then I was just like, I mean, I could run screens. Like, screens would help against like a potential nasty plot variant. It could help me a lot with like a setup Arch with like a power herb, meteor beam, or electroshot or whatever. Because you could have been. Because funnily enough, I was initially thinking of running rock resist berry on Mandibuzz instead of heavy duty boots for Meteor Beam.
That's funny.
Because the first set that popped into my mind when I saw Dio into me is like, I mean, Nasty Plot doesn't really like having to set up that one turn without doing damage because Mandibuzz just comes in. But I was like, oh shit, power Meteor Beam. Oh, that like knocks down Mandibuzz, and then he has the +1 and all the coverage in the world to just fuck me over. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's a good move. But then I was just like, I mean, bulky Necrozma would live any one hit. I could set up screens. Earth Power was good for Terra, Steel, Fez, or just like Fez even pre-Terra. And then it's good for Tenta. I mean, it's a special move into a special wall. It's not going to do like everything, but like it's still good damage. And it's a good middle ground in case like you're baiting out a Psychic on Tentacruel and you switch into Arch. So it's a good middle ground.
Yep.
And sadly, he couldn't get off like both screens. He just sort of set up light screen and died. But
he really didn't do that much. Which is, I think that's just the matchup, right?
Yeah, but I mean, hey, light screen did help a little bit. It meant that you weren't as able to like go into your more special sweepers. That you were more forced to play around the screens, and it allowed Indeedee to get set up a little bit better. I should have expected you to whirlwind me, but at the same time I was also like, I am fine with just like draining kissing it and doing 50%, because that's HP you're not getting back.
No, it was a very sad day.
Just sacking Indeedee was not a great play in my opinion, but it's not an awful play, because at the end of the day, like, there's no telling what could have gone on later on. Like, it could have just died to something else, and letting Empoleon go down to the Psycho Boost into Superpower wouldn't have been, like, perfect either. Yeah. Especially since, like, who knows if I would have needed that later on. Like, it did end up getting sacked to Dio anyways, but it allowed me a free switch. So, who knows? Yeah. But
I'm trying to think. I don't think I could have truthfully played my way out of that. I think you just played a good game.
You could have. You could have with that roost at the end. That was a misplay on my part, because I thought that you were, for whatever reason, I thought that by roosting up, it would have made me better into Arch. But then I realized that if you did switch into Arch and I roosted, you would have outsped Mandibuzz and knocked me into range again. So it was just always a better option to just knock off.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting. I thought at that point I lost, and I was like, all right, well, 10% chance, am I right? And just try to freeze it.
Yeah, that's 100% valid. You'll see in the video too. I was like, I was praying for no crit, no freeze. I was just like, come on, please, for the love of God. I've missed too many Hydro Pumps for my luck to be this bad this season.
Yeah.
That is now your cross to bear.
God, honestly, that game made me almost trade away what's his face on the spot. I was like, okay, truthfully, it probably wouldn't have mattered that much if I'm looking back at it realistically, but it's more the emotional feel that it couldn't hit with a it needs LASIK. I don't know.
Exactly.
Is there options for treatment?
Not wise glasses. Wide lens. You need wide lens fucking torn.
Every single week now, I guess, because
you are currently 0-2 on Bleak Winds. Let's go.
Yeah, I know. It was funny, the first mock I ran with Mike, I tried to click Psycho Boost on the Indeedee like I did during the game, and it missed. And I was like, wow, that's awesome. I hope this isn't telling for our match. At least it wasn't Dio.
Yeah, at least it wasn't Dio. Dio messed up in practice, but he came through. He came through in the game. But It's funny too, because I had the exact same experience playing against Kenny. He crit me 4 times during the match. Like, I can't remember what exactly like he crit me with. I think 2 of them mattered and like 2 of them didn't. But it's just like, I didn't get a single crit in that mock, and I somehow managed to beat him after getting crit like so many times. It was frustrating. I was raging so hard.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm just, I'm excited. I have some new members now.
Shout out the new members here real quick.
Yeah. Okay, it was right after Grace. I realized I made a panic trade for Electros and Flamigo because I was like, I actually can't break bulky flyings when I was looking at, Mandibuzz, Zapdos, all those fun guys, and I get to play them in the first 2 weeks. Obviously, Electros clearly wasn't enough of a flying type breaker because he couldn't do it. So I feel bad for the bridge. It should be on the kill leaderboard, but whatever. It can take 3 kills to its grave. But I dropped the bridge. Flamigo is no longer my amigo, so kind of unfortunate. And then Electros. I know. And then Electros after that game just had to get off the squad.
He had to get the axe.
He had to get the axe. That was awful.
You yellered the eel.
If you can't break the flying type, which is the only reason I have you, then I don't think you should play.
To be fair,
anyway,
he could have. It's just
I might have ran.
Roost getting rid of my flying typing when I outsped it kind of made it a little difficult for him to do his job.
Yeah. Anyways, he got put down. It's also my fault for only running like quiet and 32 special attack, but I was trying to live a bunch of different hits as well. Anyways.
Yeah, you have some major Chinese sets going on here.
Dude, my Eevee spreads are hella fun. The only one that's like not really fun is Dio. Like,
Dio's pretty just basic, like speed, creep, Dragapult, max special attack.
That's actually speed creeping +1 Necrozma. Brutal. That's only 1 point difference.
Yeah.
Plus
kind of
one.
wild. It's kind of wild. Like outspeed, max speed Dragapult with 112 speed keys, and that is it. Yeah. That is kind of just insane.
I know. I'm stoked to play against, like, I don't know, Iron Bundle's a menace. I play Kenny week 3, and I'm absolutely ready to nuke it with Dio. Spoiler alert. Just kidding.
Dio, honestly, I was a Dio hater for like the first few seasons of this league, mainly just because Nasty Plot was banned, and I'm just like, well, if Nasty Plot is banned, it's just not gonna do much damage. And while I was right, I kind of just ignored the fact that Deoxys kind of just has no reason to just not run attack boosting natures, which just really helped.
Yeah, no, like, after what was it? The Trick Room server, Slow Bros Trick Room? Yes. I was on the Slow King. Yes. I drafted Dio for Shigs. I also had, I don't know, Urshi Rapids, Shaman Sky.
Oh yeah,
it was a great team. It was a great team. Sadly, missed Air Slash. I should stop using flying moves. Anyways, and I was just like, this mon's amazing. The issue is I never want to run spikes on it because I feel it wants to attack. Like, it just clicks buttons, and as long as Psycho Boost doesn't miss, like,
I don't know, wants to do damage, man.
Just wants to do damage. Like, the calc versus your Mandy was 49 to 58 with Ice Beam. So
yeah,
brutal.
Chance that you hit KO.
Pretty much, like a pretty high chance. Well, not for me. It probably would have rolled 49 twice, but you know what I mean. Like,
hey, you did high roll that first one. I calc.
You did? Well, yeah. I actually have no idea what's not on it.
I think you hit not a max roll, but you hit a 56% roll. I think.
That's good. That's good. I need to do that twice.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. You needed to high roll into like middle high roll. But you need.
Brutal.
But I think you low rolled on the second one, or like.
Really?
But like low mid, like not lowest roll, but like the lower mid roll.
Dang, I was wondering how close it was at the end on those rolls, because obviously without Showdown you don't really know the percentage calcs, and I need to get that stupid little I don't know what all the good PokeTubers
Oh,
have,
the
like
overlay?
yourself, PokeAim. Yeah, the overlay that's sitting there, so I can actually see the percentage. Because I was just ripping calcs off the back of my brain. I was like, okay, like
That's what I was doing too. That's
you
what
do
I
a
was doing
couple
too.
calcs before the game, right? Where you're like, okay, this will do this, this will do this. EV hits like yada yada, right? Like Ting Lu could take a +1 Adamant Life Orb X Scissor from Necrozma. It could take 3 of those. And that's a calc I had in my head. And I was like, okay, like, if Necrozma comes in, Ting Lu's safe. Like, it doesn't freaking matter. Tornadus, Scarf, Modest, Terra Psychic, Expanding Force does 56 to 66. I'll switch out if that happens. But if it does 81 to 96, like the roll was for Modest Specs, Terra Psychic, you know, all the best Indeedee you can, right? Then I'm like, okay, I can just U-turn on this thing and go straight to Ting Lu and just like, I don't know, Stealth Rocks, Whirlwind, start annoying everything. But, you know, I would need the overlay, I think, because I'm really curious on that roll. But okay, back to the team members I've dropped. I realized we went on a huge tangent. We really did. I've been bugging Steve for weeks about this because I don't know if many of you people know, I'm A, indecisive, and B, very creative when it comes to trades, but I don't like to blow them all at once. So
but he wants to blow them all out.
Yeah, I'm already thinking about using the last 2. Anyways, I was thinking, I'm like, okay, like, obviously flying types suck. Exhibit A this week, Exhibit B, I'll give you a little spoiler, because Mike won't watch this video, and if he does, fuck you. Zapdos is also annoying, and I get to play those, and then I have to play Corviknight, like, in week 7, and Gliscor. So I'm like, okay, like, bulky flying types are clearly going to be the end of me if I don't do something about it. Like, I will just get Toxic stalled by all of them. At least Zapdos lost Toxic. The other ones still have it, which is annoying. I was like, okay, like,
has Toxic?
No. Gliscor does. That also flies.
Yeah.
That also flies. And I was like, okay, like, how am I going to break this? And I was looking around, because Dio also loves a good dark type, and Ting Lu, no offense, love the buddy. He's super bulky, but, like, he's not a breaker, right? Like, I want to run Spike, Stealth Rocks each week, Whirlwind around, and make people cry as they slowly lose their boots due to all the knockoff spam.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, like, Weavile's still available. That guy's pretty quick. I can't resist a Pokemon over 120 speed. I have to have it. So I was like, okay, let me pick that up. And I was like, okay, Duraludon's 7 points. And that's just Arch's little brother. That's just Arch's bulky little brother.
Arch's little bro that does not have Electro Shot.
No, it does not have Electro Shot, but it can hold Eviolite. So, you know, you take the trade-off. I think it's, I don't know, what are Duraludon's stats?
I don't remember. I know it has a pretty high, like, base defense stat still.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's like a 110 base defense.
It's 115, yeah.
Yeah, so it's still fairly bulky. Like,
Yeah.
Arch doesn't gain that much more bulk than Duraludon.
And its special attack isn't bad. Everyone was being mean to it. It has 120. Like, come on, guys.
It's just the fact that it can't boost it, mainly. Like, Arch just effortlessly gains, like, Electro Shot and Meteor Beam boost thanks to Power Orb. Like, it just stacks on those boosts. But Duraludon can't do that. I mean, he can still Meteor Beam. I think he still gets it. It's just
no
way in hell. He doesn't?
No. He gets Iron Defense and Sword Stance, but nothing to boost his special attack. Hey, it's a 7-point steal here. We're not, you know, we're not looking for. Yeah, I realized as soon as I was like went to bed one night and I was like, oh god, I have the worst steal type I ever have imagined. But besides that point, we also then picked up Terra Rotom Fan, and that guy could have broken Mandibuzz.
That guy
That guy can actually click a move called Nasty Blot, you know,
That's
boost
true.
his special attack and like actually do some damage back.
Yeah. In my head, I was just like, wait a minute, is Rotom's special attack stat isn't that high. How the hell could he still break? Okay, yeah, Nasty Plot, that does it. Yeah.
Right? It's the exact same as Electros, by the way. They're both 105. Honestly, what was I looking at? Honestly, like, the main reason for drafting it is A, it's just quicker. Like, I don't know, Rotom's 86, Electros, the little loser, is 50.
Yeah, he's 50.
Yeah. And, like, I don't know, versus your
defenses.
team.
What are the defenses?
107, 107, SPDF in defense, and 50 HP. So it rounds out near the same on defensive calcs.
Yeah, because the HP is higher on
Mhm.
Electros, but everything else is less.
Yep. Yeah.
Shoot. If
Yeah.
you can't tell, I'm still a little sick.
Yeah. God. Brutal. I know that excuse would have come out if you'd lost, but
Oh, totally. I would have whipped out every excuse in the book if I lost.
God, that puts us 1-1. But I'm hoping with these transactions, I'll see you first. Well, honestly, next week I'm I play Mike, and I've been stressed.
Yeah, because you gave me away as a mock partner to him, right?
Yeah, and I took Pat. But to be fair, us championship bros need to stick together.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, like when Pat lost to you, in, what was it, season 2 that he
Yeah.
lost? Yeah. I mean, I can't even say everyone. It was mainly me just to like poke fun at you, calling him the people's champ.
Yeah.
And now he is the champion.
I know. And he beat Mike, who beat me.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, like, it would be a little rude if you took both of the, like, well, I can't even say both. If you took the reigning champion and me at the same time, like your two favorite mock guys.
I know. It should be a doozy though. I can hopefully break Zapdos. I also, by the way, poor Ogerpon Flame. He had a part on the team. He was there. He was excited to click Ivy Cudgel. And then I dropped it for Tentacruel, which didn't even do anything.
Yeah,
like,
because it switched it in on an expanding force.
Yeah. That is my fault. I thought you clicked Draining Kiss and the Liquid Ooze chip would annoy you, and I'd be like, haha, got him.
That would have been pretty funny. I must admit, if I was tempted to click Draining Kiss there, but I was just like, if he switches in Ting Lu, I Draining Kiss it the next turn. It's fine, and nothing else wants to eat a expanding force, even Arch. So it's just
What's really annoying is I meant to switch the bear. I don't know why I was still Shuck at that point. I was meant to be Pyappa. I don't think it would have affected the calc that much, but
yeah, I was at +2, so
yeah, I'll run it now. But if it would have lived, I would have talked to the crap out of that stupid idiot.
True, yeah. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered because he just died to a Psycho Boost anyways, but
yeah.
But yeah, honestly, it's funny because that you mentioned Ogerpon. Both people I mocked with did not bring Ogerpon, and they were like, Ogerpon just gets hard shat on by like your more offensive Pokemon, and it's like, and they were saying, if Ogerpon comes, you are popping the fuck off. And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of right, but I mean, at the same time too, I have prep for it. Like, Mandabuzz's defense stat means that it never gets to get KO'd by Ivy Cudgel unless you're +2, of course. But it then would allow me to like roost, like toxic you, just chip you down. Basically.
I was taunt Ogerpon, by the way. It was knock, Ivy Cudgel, U-turn, and taunt. And that was my set. It was truthfully going to be there for Galvantula because I really didn't want webs.
Yeah, I was thinking webs as a possibility, but at the same time I was just like, you have so many like flying or like levitating Pokemon, and you have good removal, so I was just like, I didn't really want to do that, especially considering the fact that like Deoxys and like, well, mainly Torn just like absolutely annoyed the shit out of it because it would always just like be able to U-turn in, defog, and like, and I didn't resist your Bleak Wind Storm if you managed to hit it. And then like, also, what did I have?
That's fair. Did you have rocks up when Tentacle switched in?
I think I did.
Were you +2 or +3?
I was at +2.
It did 84 to 99 without the Pyappa. But if I'd been Pyappa okay, sorry, I just ran that calc because I was like, I'm curious, like, what would it have been? But yeah, it probably wouldn't have mattered in the long run.
Yeah, I mean, like, you would have lived one and you could have toxic to me, but like we both said before, like it just died Psycho Boost anyways, so it wouldn't have mattered quite so much.
Nah, that's fair. I just wish I had Tentacruel around later for that stupid Mandibuzz. Oh.
Yeah, Mandy did its job. 3 kills this week with a defensive Pokemon. Very happy about it.
Were they all toxic, or did it actually click knockoff to kill one?
I can't remember. Oh yeah, knockoff killed Dio. Knockoff killed Dio.
Oh, okay.
And then yeah, Toxic killed Eel. I think it was Toxic that killed Eel, or was it like knockoff?
I think you knocked on the... No, you knocked on the turn I came in, and then it died to Toxic.
Yes, that's what it was. Okay. And then it killed... What was the third one? Was it Ting Lu?
No, it was Torn. I thought it was Torn.
Oh, Torn. Yes, it was Torn. Yeah, this is what I get for not writing down anything, because my ADHD would mean I would get too focused in on it, but...
Yeah, that's fair. I tried to write stuff down, it was too much. I need to get better about it. I wrote down which Pokemon you have, at least.
Yeah, that's just... I didn't even do that. I had nothing. I didn't even, like, have any, like, calculator set up. I had nothing. I was just going... Like, you were talking about, like, doing pre-calcs in your brain. I was just like, I know this outspeeds this. I know this outspeeds this. And I'm like, that's all I knew. That's all I would know. Everything else, I was just on the fly.
Yeah, damn, I really wish... Oh, I didn't have spikes. Oh, I should have hazard stacked you.
Yeah, I was also thinking that. I did have defog in case it got too bad, because I was just like, at the end of the day, I can handle just like having rocks up, but like you stacking like spikes on top of rocks is when it would really get annoying. So I did slap on defog just in case. But at the end of the day, like, yeah, spikes would have been so annoying to deal with, man. Would have forced Mandibuzz in a lot more, and a lot more like free turns, not like attacking or clicking Roost or Toxic, and just defogging just would not have been ideal.
Yeah, you need to count Roost though, but dang. It was a good one, honestly.
Yeah. Very good debut.
Playoffs.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, let's be honest here. It would be really depressing if one of us did not make it to playoffs after making it to playoffs, like, in every season in the MMC we've been in. It would be really depressing for this season, the Wi-Fi League, to not make it to playoffs.
Yeah, that would be a little depressing, but
but
you know, we can't complain too much.
Exactly. And not gonna lie, this season is absolutely stacked. I don't think there's a single bad player in the Wi-Fi division. Like, no one I'm really that excited to play. Everyone is at least competent.
I don't know. I'm excited to play Drees' stall team. That should be a doozy.
That'll be annoying. My borderline hyper offense team against his stall team. I wonder how that'll turn out.
Yeah. You know he's just gonna run Iron Defense Corv, Toxic, Protect, Gliscor, Blissey, Saheel Bell, and then, which is one of the only monsters, thank goodness, still gets Heal Bell. Dipplin. He'll stall you with Dipplin, you know that, right?
He would 100% stall me with Dipplin. He's just that kind of guy.
He'll bring Marini as well, just to make a point.
Yeah, just to rub salt in the wound, just be like, yeah, I could beat you with 5 Pokemon. I don't need 6.
That's fair. Let's see. I do have a couple things to say. Vinny and Kenny, I heard the last video. I was incredibly disappointed that you called me Smoking. You know, Vinny, it's kind of brutal. At least I don't have dial-up. Hopefully you can get that fixed before the end of the week. And Kenny, well, I'll see you week 3, my guy. I'm excited. Hopefully Crocolar won't stall me out too.
Yeah, like, we shall see. We shall see. The call-outs at the end of the video, I see.
Yeah, I gotta get him.
Had to release those demons out into the world.
Of course. I'll Google Fiber is a good Wi-Fi provider. They provide gigabit internet if you're interested, Vinny. I can get a referral code.
Oh, that's great. But yeah, thank you so much, man, for showing up for the interview. I was about to say the night of, but no, it's the day after. I need to get my schedule back in order again.
Yeah, I think you need to go to sleep, to be honest.
You know damn well I'm gonna stay up till like 3 a.m. editing this video.
Oh, I know.
Gotta get this out, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so
and
much.
last thing,
Oh yeah.
Patrick, you have a beautiful voice. Finally get to hearing it over your video.
Yes, I had the pleasure of talking with Patrick before, so I already knew his angelic Irishman voice. But yes, we are very happy to see Patrick uploading as well. So many people uploading this season. We love to see.
I know. I just got a capture card as well, so hopefully that will be coming in the mail, and we'll get more than just post-comming my losses. I can commentate them live.
Oh man, true. And you have to beat Kenny and Vinny. You have no idea how much clout I would get.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, let's look at Vinny's team. That should be doable.
His hyper offense team is actually no. Vinny's team is a lot more balanced this time around. He dipped out of the
I'm so proud of him.
He dipped out of the daycare for his defensive core.
Yeah, no. Well, hold on. Let's see. Yeah, that's true.
His defensive core last season looking like P. Diddy, dude.
I know. I was gonna say probably not allowed 25 yards within a school. The little ankle monitor goes off if he keeps trying to draft those defensive cores.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's. Yeah, but hey, I can't even judge that much. He made it further in playoffs than I did. Gotta give him credit where credit is due. I lost in round 1. That's just a pattern of mine, losing in round 1 of draft leagues. Man, that's just disappointing that I just keep losing in round 1 playoffs. I don't think there's a single series I have where I don't lose in round 1 of playoffs. I need to break this cycle.
Well, hopefully it's not this time.
Hopefully. I gotta make it to round 2 at the very least. I need to PR, dude.
Yeah, that's fair. I just want to have fun. I need to prove I can do it in Wi-Fi, so I'd love to win, but I at least just need to make playoffs. Can you imagine what a shame it would be if I end up last in the league after going?
Yeah, after having 2 wins in the first 2 seasons and then making it like, weren't you in like, you were semis last season, right?
I was semis.
After being a consistently high-ranking player into not making playoffs, that would be brutal, dude.
Hey, if there's an Elliot, there's a way.
That is true. If there's a Smell King, there's a way.
Oh, you really did throw it in at the end. Fair enough.
I had to, man. I had to get my licks in when I can after getting stalled out like Golden Go last 2 seasons ago.
Oh, that was a good game. I remember that well.
I lost so many 50-50s that game.
Yeah, do you play Mike this season?
Do I play Mike this season? I think I do. Later on.
Good.
I am so not looking forward to Garchomp. Oh man. That's just.
Well, maybe I should give him Ting Lu before your game.
Honestly, I would rather face Ting Lu than fucking Garchomp. Not gonna lie.
Damn, that's fair. Well, good to know.
It's even more stall. But at the end of the day, running a random offensive Garchomp, could absolutely fuck me over. So I'm not even gonna complain with the Ting Lu that's just gonna set spikes and rocks and do nothing else.
Whirlwind and Ruination and all the annoying stuff. That's fair.
Yeah, I can deal with annoying, but annoying shit that can occasionally be consistently offensively threatening. That's also difficult to deal with.
That's fair.
I.e. Deoxys speed.
Yeah, that one's yeah. Oh, we'll see. Hopefully I can do it justice.
Yeah, I think you will. This was a super close game, and I think this honestly was probably Dio's worst matchup if I had to look at it, because again, I'm running a very unburdened heavy team. If I did that, then it was rough for it.
Yeah.
So that I'm kind of the only team that can consistently outspeed your Deoxys. Every other team is going to be getting outsped and KO'd left and right. So I have high hopes for him this season.
There's no sun teams, which is nice. There's a rain team, so that's going to be kind of brutal.
Yeah, and a snow team, and a sand team, but there's no sun team.
Oh my god, there is a sand team.
Yeah. Overcoat Mandibu's going to be coming in clutch, dude.
Yeah, that's fair. I'd love to see Tyranitar versus that Mon.
Yeah, and hey, Sand Rush, Sand Flash, dude.
Okay, can we now talk about Sandslash now that we're here? I was,
Okay.
you know, I almost ran U-turn, and then I realized you had Sandslash, and I was like, I can just run Volt Switch.
True. Yeah.
That's generally, I was looking, I'm like, do I need U-turn? I was like, nah, that thing ain't coming within 1,000 years.
Not this match. Not this match. He will have his match eventually. Maybe. Unless he gets traded out before then.
He
'Cause-
probably should be.
Hey, I needed more hazard control, and I needed a ground type. I wanted Donphan, but
Yeah. Then you got
then I got my
his cousin.
budget Donphan.
You got his cousin that normally gets locked in the closet.
Yeah, I
Not
got
allowed at the family gathering.
I got cousin Kyle. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Like-
dude, that's brutal. Can you name your Sandslash Kenny for me? Just like I assume it would have the same amount of, effect.
I think Kenny would genuinely try to I think he would castrate me if I named him if I named Sandslash after him, not gonna lie.
I don't know,
I think he would curse my bloodline.
That's fair. I mean, it's better than Lando T for sure.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I did kind of curse his bloodline already when he picked up Iron Bundle. I cursed him with 1,000 years of missed Hydro Pumps, and he's hit every Hydro so far. So clearly that didn't work.
That's fair.
But to be fair, though, none of those Hydro Pumps mattered. So he's going to miss them when they matter. That's the Iron Bundle way.
Good.
You're gonna hit every Hydro when it doesn't matter, and you're gonna miss every Hydro when it matters.
I did want to put you on, I assume you probably need to edit this video, but I did want to put on your radar that is available.
That is true. I was looking at for a long time, but then I was just like, wait, how many points is it? Is it 9 or is it
8? It's 8 points. We were
Not gonna
talking
lie.
about alright, maybe edit this part out of the video.
Honestly,
But we
okay. All right. How about this? Let's just end off the video here.
Yeah.
If you want to say goodbye to everyone, real quick.
Yeah, it was great to meet the Pokegame community. I really appreciate the invite. Like and subscribe to my buddy Patrick. He's in the description. He's probably the best battler in this league.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah, Patrick's fucking heat, dude. Go subscribe to what is his name? Shamrock Gaming. Yeah, go subscribe to Shamrock Gaming. Forget the
Is it
Steve SV
Shamrock
channel.
Gaming.
Yeah, that's
screw
what he
this.
named it.
Subscribe to Patrick. That guy's so much better.
Yeah, his channel's link in the description along with everyone else who's uploading this season. So go feel free to check out their channels. If you're still here after 30 minutes, holy shit, 45 minutes of yapping in the post-game interview. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and sub, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
It is.